Even after getting completely ignored by him, Tom Holland still could not stop singing Erling Haaland's praises, and that alone tells you everything you need to know about just how dominant this Norwegian striker's World Cup performance actually was. Despite finding himself at the center of one of the summer's funniest celebrity snub stories, Haaland made sure to set the record straight about how he truly felt regarding Haaland's ability on the pitch, describing him in terms usually reserved for the sport's most legendary figures. In this video, we are going to walk through exactly what Haaland said about Haaland's skills, revisit the World Cup run that inspired that praise in the first place, and explore why even a Hollywood A-lister found himself completely won over by what he witnessed this summer. So let us get into everything that unfolded. To understand why Haaland's praise carried real weight, you first have to understand exactly who is doing the talking. Tom Holland is not simply a casual observer commenting on a sport he barely follows. He is a genuine, lifelong football fan with well-documented ties to Tottenham Hotspur, a club he has supported passionately for years. That authentic connection to the sport is precisely what makes his enthusiastic reaction to Haaland's tournament so notable. This was not a celebrity offering a vague, obligatory compliment about a trending athlete. It was a real football fan reacting to genuinely special performances on the sport's biggest stage. Before we get into exactly what Haaland said, take a second to hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed, because we are covering every corner of this crossover story as it continues to develop. It only takes a second, and it genuinely helps the channel. Alright, let us keep going. Haaland's praise for Haaland's skills actually emerged from the middle of a much funnier story, one involving a snubbed dinner invitation and an accidental brush with fame. Back at this year's Formula 1 Monaco Grand Prix, Haaland spotted Haaland sitting in a nearby hospitality suite while watching his friend Lewis Hamilton race, and decided, in his own words, to shoot his shot and send him a text inviting him to dinner. That message went completely unanswered, with Haaland later explaining on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon that he received not even a response, not an excuse, and not so much as an explanation about being busy playing football. He described the entire experience as exactly the type of humbling moment that he believes is genuinely important for actors to go through every so often. What made this entire segment so memorable is that Haaland did not let the snub sour his opinion of Haaland whatsoever. When Fallon pressed him on whether the dinner invitation was still open, Haaland referenced Norway's recent World Cup quarter-final elimination at the hands of England, joking that he did not think Haaland would want to have dinner with him after that particular result. But rather than leaving it there, Haaland immediately pivoted into genuine, unprompted admiration, describing Haaland directly as incredible and calling him an absolute legend. That kind of specific, heartfelt praise, delivered immediately after being playfully mocked for getting ignored, revealed just how much respect Haaland actually holds for Haaland's ability on the pitch, snub or no snub. To fully appreciate why Haaland's compliment landed the way it did, it helps to revisit exactly what Haaland accomplished throughout this World Cup. He finished the tournament with 7 goals across 5 matches, recording 14 shots on target and contributing to 4 match-winning performances along the way, numbers that placed him among the most statistically dominant debut campaigns in the history of the competition. His signature moment came against Brazil in the round of 16, when his 2 goals helped power Norway to a stunning 2-1 win over the 5-time champions, sending Brazil home in their earliest World Cup exit since 1990. Norway's tournament eventually ended in a heartbreaking 2-1 extra-time defeat to England, but by that point, Haaland had already cemented himself as one of the most talked-about individual performers of the entire competition, giving context to exactly why someone like Haaland, watching from afar as a genuine football fan, walked away so thoroughly impressed. Part of what makes Haaland's praise so fitting is that Haaland's appeal throughout this tournament extended well beyond the raw statistics themselves. His towering 6'5" frame, his golden hair, and his larger-than-life personality off the pitch, combined with his undeniable soccer skills to make him one of the most talked-about athletes at the entire World Cup. According to widespread American media coverage throughout the summer, that combination of dominant, highlight reel performances paired with an approachable, often goofy public persona is exactly the kind of crossover appeal that made him easy for someone like Haaland, already deeply embedded in celebrity culture, to genuinely admire rather than simply acknowledge in passing. In the aftermath of Haaland's viral television appearance, Haaland addressed the situation himself during an interview on the Norwegian talk show A-Laget, admitting the entire episode was a bit embarrassing to look back on. He explained that he genuinely had no idea who Haaland was at the time, noting candidly that he does not watch movies much, and therefore has no idea who many celebrities actually are, which is exactly why the message went unanswered in the first place. That explanation only made the story more endearing to fans once it circulated, reinforcing the same down-to-earth, unbothered persona that had already defined so much of Haaland's public image throughout the tournament. Eventually, once The Tonight Show's official Instagram account shared a clip of Haaland telling the story, Haaland responded directly in the comments, writing that he accepted the dinner invitation and admitting his response was admittedly a little late before simply telling Haaland to name the place. That reply, combining genuine humor with the same relaxed confidence Haaland had already praised him for, only reinforced why Haaland's admiration for him extended beyond the soccer pitch and into his overall personality, giving fans a satisfying, good-natured resolution to a story that had captivated social media for days. Part of why Haaland's specific praise generated so much attention is the credibility it carried coming from someone with genuine football knowledge, rather than a celebrity simply repeating buzzwords about a trending athlete. Fans across social media pointed out how refreshing it felt to see an actual football fan, rather than a casual observer, offer such direct and heartfelt admiration for Haaland's ability, treating the comment as a kind of validation from someone who actually understood exactly what they were watching. That authenticity mattered even more given the humorous context surrounding the comment, with fans noting that Haaland easily could have used the snub as an excuse for some good-natured shade, yet chose instead to speak genuinely and generously about Haaland's talent regardless. Stepping back from the specifics of this exchange, this entire story captures something meaningful about how thoroughly Haaland's World Cup performance resonated across completely different corners of celebrity culture. A Hollywood A-lister with millions of followers, already famous in his own right, found himself genuinely starstruck by a soccer player's individual brilliance, willing to publicly praise him even after being playfully snubbed. That kind of crossover admiration, flowing from entertainment culture towards sports rather than the other way around, speaks to exactly how far Haaland's reputation traveled over the course of this single tournament. At the end of the day, Tom Holland's reaction to Haaland's World Cup skills offers a fitting reminder of just how dominant this summer's tournament run truly was, dominant enough to win over a genuine football fan even after getting completely ignored by the very player he was praising. Between the 7 goals, the statement win over Brazil, and the larger-than-life personality that captured attention well beyond the soccer world, it is easy to understand exactly why Haaland walked away, calling him incredible and an absolute legend. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you are subscribed so you catch our next video the moment another one of these unexpected celebrity reactions to Haaland's brilliance comes out, because at this point, there is genuinely no telling who else might weigh in next.